Good morning and welcome to another episode of Motors and Meats. Today we're in, where are we? Boulder, Colorado, and we're about to go meet up with some other guys to go on a drive through the Rocky Mountains. But how did we get here? Let's check. My GPS has taken me here. I mean, good morning, beautiful. Just outside of Estes Park, Colorado. That's where The Shining and Ready Player One filmed in that hotel. And we're just now entering the Rocky Mountain National Park, waiting on everybody to get through the gate. And here we go. There's signs everywhere saying not to approach or to feed the wildlife. And so far I've seen about a half dozen elk and about a dozen deer. No moose yet. We should get to see some bighorn sheep at some point. Actually, there's a big herd of them laying out in the field across over there. I know you can't see that.
Look at that beautiful mountain.
Extra crazy. Another one. So here we are 11,000 feet above sea level in the Rocky Mountain National Park. We've got some insane views. We've got 5 Porsches, 3 of them are 996s. We have a 991 and a beautiful 993 convertible. Midnight metallic blue. 3 cars with the ducktails that all match. Look at that. And a beautiful 991. Everybody's got racing stripes. So they won't let us go up any farther. I think the conditions get really crazy once you get any higher up than this. There's all the equipment for clearing the snow. Use seatbelt, that's a good idea. There's a storm way off over there too, so it did say to be prepared for rapidly changing conditions. Moose. What's up, Moose? I cannot get tired of the back end of this turbo. Grasslands, and it is literally grass as far as you can see. It's getting dangerously close to freezing temperatures now, and we're still heading north. Take a look at the weather map here. I mean, I'm not sure. Although this car was covered in snow. Yeah, you heard it on the radio, all covered in snow. And it is snowing. Still 34 degrees, so not completely a worry yet, but not ideal driving conditions for a bunch of 911s. So, update on the situation. We are in, I don't know, somewhere in the southeast corner of Wyoming, and it is snowing. And we're not going to go the route that we were planning on going, so we're working on where we are going to go. But either way, it's going to be fun, and we'll pick it up here in a minute. Welcome to Nebraska. More flat ground, but not quite as flat. Time. It's 5:30 in the afternoon. We've been driving from, I don't even know where we've been, Nebraska, South Dakota, and it's really starting to feel like we are the last 6 people on the face of the planet, because these roads and these fields are just vast and empty, and even the little towns we come through, there's nobody in any of the buildings. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's very confusing. But at least we have the cows to keep us company. Update time. It's day 5. We've just left Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We're in, where are we? Montana? Oh, not Montana, the other M state. We're in Minnesota. We're in Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota, so that's new. We're headed over to Minneapolis. We're gonna hang out with James and spend the night there in Minneapolis, and then Hudson and I will start working our way back home, and then find our way back to Mississippi eventually. Maybe Tuesday, I don't know. Today's Saturday. So we made it to Minneapolis. We're hanging out at James McGrath's house and we're grilling a little bit tonight. I've got some steaks. I've just done the reverse sear. Haven't done the sear part yet, but that's coming next. And we've got some corn on the cob going on next. And it's getting a little bit roasty toasty right now. That's gonna be good. Whoops. After all of this, he pulled me over for going 41 and a 25. Update time again. Day 6. We're somewhere in Wisconsin, over right across the Mississippi River from Minnesota, and we're following the river. It looks like we're coming into Diamond Bluff. Pretty spot, lots of rolling hills, and the Mississippi River occasionally popping up on our right. And it looks a lot different than the Mississippi River in Mississippi. In Mississippi, it's really muddy and dangerous looking. This actually looks really nice and pleasant, like you might actually want to go out there and spend some time in your boat and have fun. Unexpected stop just about 15 minutes ago from a nice young gentleman from Wisconsin wearing blue and had flashy lights, and reminded me that speed limit through towns is 25 miles an hour. So he let us off with a warning. That was nice of him. Made it to Dubuque, Iowa. I'm completely and utterly beat and destroyed. Ready for some rest. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna go to bed early, and then we'll get some miles done tomorrow. Look at this. Diesel, 87 or 87. Somebody has some splaining to do. Middle America, I need some help. We've now come to 4 gas stations that only have 87 at the pump. What in the world is going on? And there'll be multiple options for it too. What? Update time. I think this is day 7. I'm not 100% sure, maybe 6. Either way, we're leaving Dubuque, Iowa, and I feel so refreshed. I've actually gotten some sleep tonight, lots of it, and lots of rest. And now we're about to go about 600 miles to Nashville, so I'll see you there. Finally, some top tier. We don't have to have any of that swill. We are almost out of Illinois. We've been driving through the flattest farmland I've ever seen for about the last, I don't know, 500 miles. I think I just graduated into the next level of the Porsche 996 high mileage club. So we're almost into Kentucky. We'll only be in Kentucky for, I don't know, not very long, less than an hour, and then we'll be in Tennessee. The terrain has finally started to become a good bit more interesting. We're seeing hills instead of flat things. We're seeing tons of trees instead of crops. First impressions, Kentucky has much better roads than Illinois. And it's also the home of bourbon. Just made it to Tennessee. We're about 45 minutes away from Nashville right now. And I have no idea what we're going to do tonight, but we'll try to go down to Honky Tonk Row and do something fun.
Ain't nothing like your love. Ain't nothing like your love. Sometimes I really can't.
Whoops! How do we wind up at the tail of the dragon? Update time is day 8, and we just happen to be at the beginning of the tail of the dragon. We're about to hop on that, do the 11 miles, 318 curves, and then we're gonna go hike a little bit up a trail, and then we're going to the Holler Skyway. There is no rush in the world like pushing it as hard as you think you can through the tail of the dragon. You need to come to North Carolina / Maryville, Tennessee, right along that border. And actually we just crossed into North Carolina. That's kind of like the start-finish line, if you will. You need to come here and drive this road. It doesn't matter what you're driving, but you need to come and drive this road. Unexpected surprise here. Carrera T. There's a turbo and some Italian thing. Ferrari, am I saying that right? Just kidding. Hudson and I have just hiked up the side of the mountain here to Yellow Creek Falls. Take a look. We thought that would be a good way to refresh after the tail of the dragon. The heart's pounding on that road, I'm telling you. So next we're going to walk back down to the car and we're going to the Holler Skyway. Up the Holler Skyway, we stopped at probably the first or second stop that we saw here, just to take a look out across the mountains. Take a look at this. Good morning, day 9, and we are headed home. We're coming through Chattanooga, Tennessee. We spent the night last night in Dalton, Georgia, which is just over the state line in Georgia, so we kind of came back north just a bit so that we could follow the fastest route home. Pretty morning here, last little bits of the Smoky Mountains. After we leave here, we head down through Alabama, down to Birmingham, and then finally back home to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So we'll catch back up with you there. We're about halfway through Alabama now, and I'm about to roll over another milestone.